TwoSun time. TwoSun time. You know, I don't do as many TwoSun videos as I used to, but this one I was clicking through. Actually, I missed it the first time around. White Mountain Knives. Really, they're getting to be the site I buy my TwoSun knives from. Um, and I think I bought one or two off of AliExpress, and I bought one or two off the Amazon site. Okay, that seller Tangly, Tangli, or whatever on Amazon. But I mean, no, White Mountain. Isn't it amazing? 'Cause I'm not really buying them off of eBay per se, and that's used to be where I'd buy them. Almost all of them is off of eBay, but bidding on them, etc., etc. So I got this one. So it was 99, and I missed it. So I put in the please notify me when in stock. I put my email address in there, and so one day popped up, says it's there. So I got it, and then LTK discount code. So it was like $89.99, and I didn't have to pay tax like I got to pay on eBay and or shipping. Okay, so it was just $89.99. Here's your stats, by the way. It's 8.43. It's 5.34-inch blade and 8.4, 14C, 28 inch micarta, and RH. Come here. Don't they tell you the designer, or did I just pass that by? Did I just pass it by? Oh no, they didn't even list it. Well, that's too bad. See, I think it's always kind of cool with these knives to keep track of who's doing who. And this RIHE design, I'll give you the link to his Instagram because I get curious when I see a new designer. And the thing is, this is not his first knife with TwoSun. And I think he's done designs for someone else. Check his Instagram site out because, yes, he's done several. And this one is interesting, isn't it? Kind of almost a Japanese tanto look. Got a cutaway here, like triangular. And then, of course, this is angular and angular, so he's kind of keeping that motif going there. And titanium pocket clip, relatively deep carry, right hand tip up only, it looks like, and micarta inserts, but it's 14C28N blade steel. So, I mean, at $89, I can live with that. TwoSun, they got really crappy boxes and wonderful. Well, I mean, I think their boxes are still better than Spyderco, but Spyderco boxes, my Spyderco boxes always fall apart. They got things on here on the inside flap thing, and they keep coming apart, and I keep having to glue them back together. But these are better than that. Not much, but if you buy them for the box, then buy some other different knife. But if you're buying it for the knife, TwoSun's not a bad choice. And there's some guys out there that shame me with their TwoSun knife collections because I don't keep all the TwoSuns I get. Even the ones, I mean, like this, I'm attracted to this. Is this going to make it into my all-time hits drawer? I don't know. I got to think on it. I got to carry it. There's some things about this knife I'm not that excited about. But overall, that's a good looking knife. And it's got size to it, okay? And it doesn't have to be big to be popular with me, but this is I mean, I like this. I like this too. There's other knives that have this kind of thing, right? It's like almost the eye of the beast here, and then kind of a snout or something. I don't know what they're trying to replicate, but that is a hell of a good drop. And on the front, check this out. See? No entry here, but it's a nice smooth look. The fit and finish is nice on this. Got a little bit of a backspacer, which gives it a nice finished look. And it tubes the lanyard hole, which is okay. The hardware's nice, and I'll bet that's number 8. What do you want to bet? Yeah, that's number 8. So, but it ain't much, is it? I mean, it's got this and this That's it. This is just holding the inlay on. So you want to call that a bolster lock, or you want to call it a frame lock? Now, here's the thing. Because of the way this design flows, it's not really giving you much of an opportunity to middle finger flick it. And it's not real intuitive at being able to do that. And then it looks like this is supposed to be an opportunity for a front flipper, but man, I'm not. Oh, and then I'm probably defeating it because, it's got to do this. I got to get out of the way of this top flipper to do this. Yeah, nah, that needs to extend out further, and it's almost, see, I'm hitting it here, and this is really rounded here. So this is great. So that's the way it's going to work. Now, number two, this, not so good, and this, way more difficult. And I got to get out of the way of that, and still, no. See, I think what they could have done, this cutaway, this is fine. Just leave it however you want, but I can't really comfortably flick this. No, it's not easy. It's doable, but not easy. The front flipper thing doesn't work for me really at all. So top flipper, okay. So don't attempt the other stuff. This cutaway is fine though for the look, for the design sense that it brings to it. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. So no, the blade didn't have to be reconfigured so it gives me a place to finger flick it necessarily. But this could have been taken off, because I don't know if that was supposed to be left there as a front flipper thing, or it's just because of the way the thing was designed to be able to come in, and it's an internal stop, so it didn't need that at all. So they could have skipped that. Actually, maybe someday I'll set up a little bit of a shop to where, I could grind that off. And that would be a better look, actually, as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? It's a clean look, and blade to handle length is acceptable. I'm not sure they could have really put much more in there, to tell you the truth. And then, of course, it's the way that this backspacer has wrapped all the way around and here as well. So had it stopped somewhere in here, they could have put some extra, but no, probably couldn't have done much more than what they did. And, it's not out of balance with blade and overall length. I mean, here's almost really 3 3/4. Okay. Not quite, but almost at like close to like 95 millimeters. And then down here, all the way to the bolster is 4 inches at 100 millimeters, but overall length is not quite 8.5. Okay. But about almost 21.5 centimeters. So it's a good size knife. It's a good size knife. Where's my, I'll be interested and see how much handle we, 13.8. So it's not real thin, that's for sure. 0.54. And what do we got? 0.13, yeah, 3.5 millimeter blade stock. That's pretty hardy blade stock. I mean, the way things have been running these days, it seems like most of the knives I've been handling are 3 millimeter, 3.2 down to like 2.7 millimeter. 116 grams is not real heavy. That's reasonably light. Yeah, 4 ounces. Not bad. I gotta be somewhat intentional in the way that I'm flipping this knife. Hold on. Let me try. I don't know that doesn't really do a push button per se. it's really a light switch movement on that flipper. And to tell you the truth, yeah, these other two modes, and I don't know if you were even intended to be able to finger flick, this. It's possible, but it's not practical. And the front flipper thing is possible and even less practical for me. For me. So yeah, they could have skipped this, and then we'd be good. And you know what? The rest of it, I like. I like the overall looks of it. I wonder if they'll come out in a in like a G10 version or something at some point in time. Because it's always interesting when these come out. Although they're, at $89 they're so inexpensive. You go, what are you going to do? I mean, a lot of the damn G10 knives and Civivi knives and stuff are kicking $100 right in the ass all the time, and that's the budget line, right, of WE knives. So you're going, what more budget do you want than like 89 after discount, right? So $99. This is there. I'm not seeing Civivi put out titanium and micarta frame locks for $99 even, even that. So these are still a hell of a bargain. Seems like people don't want to pay the money for them, but I don't see why, because they have really good fit and finish. I mean, at least the feel here of no gotchas, no sharp edges. I mean, really, is that a bead blast? You got this super fine micro milling you can kind of see across there. But yeah, I mean, everything is like beveled here, nicely done. It's just smooth areas and it feels good, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. I mean, I handle a crap load of knives all the time, and I these I appreciate. You got a little cutaway here, so for stropping and putting it on the sharpener, etc. It's good, and this is a satin, grind, and that looks pretty good. And it looks pretty symmetrical on the plunge. Of course, it's got a hardened steel insert, but the lockup that's 35 to 40%, right in there, right? And of course, the scale, unless it's got, we'll take it apart, but unless it's got an over travel stop, which it probably does. I don't know, we'll look. But I mean, the scale can act as the over travel, right? So, but yeah, I mean, it's thick enough here. It gives you a handful, but it's not real tall, but it's contoured. And this micarta is not real dusty, oxidized or, you know, weathered look. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. I like that. I like my micarta a little bit more finished like this than the real weathered looking stuff. Um, and it gives it a little bit more, I don't know, sophisticated look, should I say? And yeah, the ergos on this are pretty damn good. But it's a straight shot, right? It's just a simple rectangle, isn't it? I mean, yeah, it's sometimes simple is really good. It's clean. I don't know. It just really draws the eye. So yeah, I'm all in with this one. I like it. I don't know if it's on my greatest hits list, but I'm not buying that many TwoSuns these days because I I pass over a lot of them that I'm not smitten with. But every once in a while, I get smitten. I'm smote. Smote, is that a word? Oh, hold on. And will it cut anything? And let me see. Where are we with the edge? Well, this is not over impressing me. It's okay. but it's not overly impressive actually. I was expecting a little bit sharper. Usually my TwoSun knives kicking it, but this one in particular, and it could be individual to this particular knife, but nah, it's not impressive with the sharpness. So it would need for me to finish it up on the strop probably for a while and then take it to that final level that I like to have. Well, let's see. I guess I don't need number 6 at all on this, but I do have to start from the backside because there is no entryway from the front. And boy, they're definitely not putting any thread locker on these, are they? Yikes. That came right undone. In fact, that may be one thing you might have to do to a lot of different knives when you get them is if it starts backing out on you over a period of time, then yeah, you probably put a little thread locker and on the pivot and let it set. I usually never find a problem with body screws coming loose, but I guess it's possible. So you could do that as well if you want to give it that extra oomph. And let's pull this off. Okay. So we got, yeah, okay, so this is how this over travel stop, it looks, is working here, okay? And what did I do now? I don't know. But here is, of course, you got titanium. Wow. You got titanium frame, and that, I'm surprised. I mean, that 3M magnet is strong. And it's not pulling this wash. Oh, it finally did. Wow, you gave up the ghost. Whew, that is wild. Yeah, nothing now. No, but hardened steel insert. Yeah, okay. It was not pulling that out. I go, what's it going to take? Wow. So, okay, we're done now. But, ceramic. This one drops from the front. Okay, get over here. Get out of my way. Ceramic bearings. Okay. And then, of course, we've got another washer with the race around it. And this, yeah, pivot is got it flattened. So, yeah, you don't need a entry on the front because it's not going to move because this has got a little flat spot. So that is going to stay intact and not going to, yeah, so you can undo the other side. And I don't know if you can push the insert out or if there's adhesive, but it looks like they're giving you maybe the opportunity to be able to, oh, okay, see, to disengage that. And if you can, which it looks like you can, then you can get this out of here. That means you could anodize, you can get all the steel and micarta off here, and you can anodize the titanium so you can pimp it. So that's what those holes are there for. Okay, so, hey, we're back with every once in a while, I'll see this again, the little ramp for the detent ball that they grind in here. So, fascinating that they do that. They take the time to individually do that. And there's the ceramic bearings. So we're good. Let's put a set of bearings on here. And so these are not caged, I mean, they're captured, but so it doesn't matter which way you flip the bearings, this way or that way. I mean, they're the same. And I like that about that. And we don't argue about it. Oh, come here. And do this, and you can see this is, where your stop runs on this track because it's a stop that's built into the blade there. And then another set of bearings by the way, and put this little race down like that. And I don't see anything that should keep us from being able to put this on here. Now, get you to behave here. Okay, now we're good. Now let's pin down the pivot. And get that intact. And then we've got this, but first we got to push this through. Yeah, see, you've got a machined area for the pocket clip right hand tip up. You can't do it left hand. So it is a right hand only on the pocket clip. And that's it, folks. I mean, there's no other hardware coming through here. It's just this. And it's a number 8 as well. And let's latch that down. It looks like we're centered. I got to check, see if I got enough. Well, yeah, I guess I put enough oomph to it. Okay. Yeah, and it's droppy enough. That's for sure. Yeah, I like it. And, oh, by the way, you know, they are now putting the model number on the blade, TS366. Is there a name for it? Yeah, TS366. I don't know. It's not the Falcon or the whatever. I don't know what it is. So it is the TS366. Some of them have names. Some of them do, but not that I can find on this one. I'll leave you to it. What do you think? TwoSun knives. I know there's a bunch of you TwoSun freaks out there, and be loud and proud about it. Why not? Because they're really good knives. They're a hell of a lot of fun, and I think they're a hell of a value too. I mean, put a different name on it. I've heard a million guys say this about you. Put a different name on here, and it's going to get double the price, right? Love them knives. Subscribe to my channel, won't you? And stay sharp.